Take a look at this image. Those were the final moments of late Patrice Lumumba of DR Congo before he was led away to be executed, execution style. And during his final hours leading to his death, some top African leaders were in Congo as delegations of the United Nations. To do what? I ask. Is it to witness their brother being executed? Africa needs to wake up. Then it was Patrice Lumumba. Later it was recently it was Muammar Gaddafi of Libya. We gather trumped up charges, trumped up allegations, and make your brothers hate you. Then your same brothers will now deliver you to your early grave. That is the game the West plays. That is the game the West plays. Let the West leave Africa alone. Over 1,000 years of indoctrination, slavery, brainwash, infiltrating our system, turning brothers against brothers, turning nations against nations, creating borderlines. It's enough. It's enough. What is the plan? Are they trying to totally alienate Africa from the face of the earth? This planet belongs to everybody. Nobody can actually lay sole claim to this planet. This planet belongs to everybody. And for Africa to have a say at the table, you must stand up. Stop running to these people for help, assistance. There is no help coming anywhere. Stop ditching your way of life for foreign way of life of someone who doesn't mean well for you. Africa, stand up. They're taking you guys out one after the other. They've taken Patrick's out. They've taken order. They labeled the Idi Amin as the butcher of Uganda. They painted the late Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe as a traitor, as someone who doesn't love his people. But what was his sin? What was his offense? He wanted the best for the people. You can't come to my country and you're owning 90% of the land. How? How does it work? How does it work? Do you think at all you're owning 90% of the land? And the worst thing is, the most painful part of it is, they use Africans to perpetrate these evils. They will turn your brothers against you. They will push a very bad narrative in the mainstream media, and people will now see you as, the story of Gaddafi was a typical example. They did that to Saddam Hussein in Iraq. Africa needs to wake up. The best thing that is happening to Africa is Ibrahim Traore and what is happening in Burkina Faso. That is the best thing that happened to Africa in a very long while. While France was managing the gold mines in Burkina Faso, they were delivering $1 billion in a year, in 12 months, to Burkina Faso. Since Ibrahim Traore restarted the mines early this year, just few months now, he has recovered. He has submitted over $18 billion to his country. Over $18 billion. That would have been money he would have made in 18 years. $18 billion, and the year has not even gone half. The year has not finished. Africa needs to wake up. And the last week, there was an ECOWAS, was it their general meeting, or was it anniversary, or what? They had a meeting in Nigeria, Abuja, where the former Nigerian head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, was spewing what I don't know, trying to explain that that Africans are not known to be coup plotters. What do you mean by coup plotters? He was referencing Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and people who are taken to that coup. See, Africa is not yet ready for a democratic rule. Yeah, I'm saying it with all fullness of stance. They are not ready for it. It took United States over 250 years for them to arrive at a democracy. You can't come and shove something you experimented. Now you are shoving it down the throat of people. It doesn't work that way. Africa needs to find its own path by itself. We don't need your help. See, the other day, the general, the Langley from US, who was stationed, what was his office? His control, was it African region? How can you be in your country and then you are putting military base in other countries, and you are having, I don't even understand. What is Africa doing? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? These guys are planting. They will create organizations. They will create organizations to terrorize places, and then they will not come as the savior after sponsoring groups to cause unrest. They will not come as savior and start planting military base here and there. Are you guys sleeping? Are you guys sleeping? Is AU, African Union, is it even functional at all? What was Gaddafi's offense? Gaddafi wanted to unify Africa. One Africa, one currency, a currency that will be backed by gold and oil, unlike your US dollar that is not backed by anything, it's backed by paper. The British pound is backed by nothing, it's backed by paper. This man wanted to unify Africa, but the West were not having it. Where is Gaddafi today? He's dead, and Libya has turned to, what is happening in Libya is just left to imagination. Africa needs to wake up. I'm taking today to remember Patrice Lumumba, the man who died for trying to just get things right. After killing him, it wasn't enough for them. They had to dip his body into acid to dissolve it. The only remaining part of his body was a tooth, of which they took to Belgium. It took the intervention of Mandela after he came out from prison and became the president of South Africa to request for that tooth to be brought back to Africa so that Lumumba could have a good burial. While Mandela was in prison, what was other African leaders doing? Did they even remember that someone actually fought for liberation of people and was killed in the cause? Did they remember? So Mandela came out and he must have thought to himself, so if I had died in this cause, this was how my story would have gone. They would have forgotten me. Africa, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Celebrate your heroes while they are still alive. Even in death. Wake up. Wake up. Don't let these people control your life, your generation, your tomorrow, your today. They bring cultures to you. They bring religions to you. They bring decayed with life to you, and you're following. Africa needs to wake up. This is a wake-up call. Today, Namibia has made a very good decision. Countries are beginning to wake up. Countries are beginning to wake up. And with time, we'll start discovering all the moles that have been planted by the West in Africa. All the moles that have been planted here and there in Africa by the West. We'll start discovering them one after the other. One after the other. But we need all hands on deck. We need people to start thinking through your brain and not through your stomach. Africa is not a poor place. These people are trying to push a narrative. And anything that will liberate us, that will make us self-sufficient, they are killing it so that we will be seen as poor. You are not poor. They are pushing that narrative. They are making sure they push the wrong leader so that you guys will remain at the floor level. Africa, wake up.